The Untouchable Protocol, 7 Laws of Psychological Sovereignty. The prologue, the invisible revolution. There is a version of you that nobody can touch. A version that doesn't flinch when someone crosses a line, doesn't lose sleep over office politics, digital noise, or whispers from those you've left behind. This version of you moves through the world with quiet power, a presence that commands respect before a word is spoken. People notice it in the way you carry yourself, the calm in your eyes, the steadiness in your voice. It's magnetic, undeniable, and entirely yours. This version of you is not a fantasy. It is not reserved for the elite, the lucky, or the privileged. It exists right now, waiting for you to claim it. But claiming it requires more than desire. It requires discipline. It requires a deep understanding of what truly matters and what doesn't. To reach it, you must unlearn everything society taught you about strength. You were told that strength is loud, that it means defending every point, fighting every battle, proving to the world they cannot walk over you. In reality, that approach is incomplete. It burns your energy on people and situations that never deserved it. Every wasted argument, every moment of frustration, every reaction to someone else's drama chips away at your internal power. Every time you fire back at someone unworthy, you hand them your energy. Every time you replay an argument in your mind, you surrender your peace. Every time you explain yourself to those who will not understand, you give away your sovereignty. That pattern ends today. The journey to becoming untouchable begins with a single choice: to reclaim control over your mind, your energy, and your attention. Law 1. The currency of attention. Your attention is your most valuable asset. Many mistake time as the primary resource, but time without focus is directionless. Influence follows wherever attention flows. Every moment you give someone your focus is an investment. Ask yourself, what is the return? When you respond to disrespect, argue over small slights, or obsess over gossip, the return is almost always zero. You have limited energy, and when it leaves your mind, it cannot be recovered. Psychologically grounded people treat attention like capital. They are deliberate, selective, and intentional. They do not react out of habit. They ask, does this deserve my resources? If the answer is no, they move on. Think of your attention as a high-value currency. Would you hand it over to someone who offers nothing in return? Yet most of us do exactly that every day. Each notification, each argument, each unnecessary explanation is a micro-leak, draining power silently. Mastery begins when you recognize that your focus is your most potent tool, and using it wisely is your greatest advantage. Law 2. The strategic threshold of silence. Silence is not emptiness. It is a fortress. In a world full of noise, the person who speaks least often holds the most power. Noise is a leak. It is a signal that you are ruled by impulse, not intention. When someone provokes you, they fish for a reaction. Every angry email, every offhand insult, every passive-aggressive message is bait. Your reaction validates them. It gives them insight into your insecurities, and it fuels their game. By remaining silent, you deny them both. You become a psychological vacuum, absorbing nothing, radiating calm. In that stillness, the attacker is left to confront their own behavior while you remain untouched. Silence is not passive. It is active, strategic, deliberate. It communicates a message louder than words. I am not governed by your chaos. I am governed by my principles. In practice, it means letting go of the compulsion to justify yourself. It means responding only when it truly matters, speaking only when it adds value. This law is the foundation of mental sovereignty. It is the shield that protects your energy from every trivial assault. Law 3. The Economics of Scarcity. Value is determined by rarity, not abundance. If you are always available, you are treated as a commodity. If your presence is rare, it becomes an asset. Many believe that constant availability builds influence. In reality, it trains people to take you for granted. Being perpetually convenient does not create loyalty, it creates expectation. The untouchable version of you commits to a mission, and your energy is aligned with your priorities. Stop being convenient and start being deliberate with your time. When your yes is chosen rather than automatic, it carries weight. It commands respect. It signals that you are a person of value, a person who invests in what truly matters. In practical terms, This means learning to say no without guilt. It means setting boundaries that protect your focus and energy. It is not selfish, it is strategic. When you operate under scarcity, your presence is noticed. Your contributions are valued. You are no longer a passive participant in life. You are an intentional force. Law 4. The discipline of non-reaction. To react is to be controlled. Reaction pulls you into another's orbit. It makes you a participant in their chaos, not the governor of your own universe. Non-reaction is the art of observing without being consumed. It is the space between stimulus and response, the gap where true power resides. Imagine yourself as a deep-sea diver. Above, the storm rages, waves crashing violently. Below, 30 feet down, there is perfect stillness. That stillness is your mind, untouched by surface-level turbulence. To practice this, cultivate awareness of your emotional triggers. When someone insults, provokes, or pressures you, pause. Breathe. Assess the situation. Respond only when it aligns with your objectives. This gap is where strategy is born, where composure becomes unshakable, and where true influence emerges. Non-reaction is not passivity, it is mastery. It is power harnessed. Law 5. The law of curated environments. You cannot grow a high-performance life in a toxic ecosystem. Energy is finite. Every interaction either charges or drains your battery. Too often, we remain in draining relationships out of obligation, loyalty, or fear. Loyalty to a toxic past is a betrayal of a productive future. You do not need confrontations or drama to reclaim your power. You simply redirect your energy. Move your focus from energy drains to multipliers, people whose presence challenges you to grow, inspires you to improve, and accelerates your trajectory. Curating your environment means evaluating every relationship, every interaction, every engagement. It is about consciously choosing where your energy flows. Surround yourself with people who respect boundaries, elevate discussions, and push you toward your highest potential. Toxicity is invisible to the untrained eye, but once recognized, it can be neutralized. This law is about creating ecosystems where excellence thrives, and where your influence can expand unhindered. Law 6. The architecture of emotional sovereignty. Build walls, not windows. If your house has no walls, anyone can walk in and rearrange the furniture. Most people allow fleeting comments, minor criticisms, or casual judgments to define their worth. Emotional sovereignty is the understanding that your value is fixed. It does not fluctuate with public opinion. Conduct a security audit of your mind. Identify vulnerabilities, know your triggers, and reinforce them with logic and perspective. Recognize that other people's opinions reflect their own internal struggles. When you internalize this, criticism loses its power. You stop taking things personally. This law is about creating unshakable self-worth. It is about refusing to allow external chaos to dictate your internal state. Your emotional foundation becomes a fortress. Within it, you operate with freedom, clarity, and strategic precision. Law 7. The mastery of strategic inaction. Winning often comes from refusing to play. In a world addicted to constant movement, the best move is sometimes stillness. Many situations self-correct when left alone. A rumor does not need your defense. It often dies if you refuse to feed it. Drama does not need your reaction. It often evaporates when ignored. The untouchable approach is simple. Produce results. Show up with integrity. And remain steady. Truth endures, lies fade. By refusing to chase every provocation, you preserve your energy for what actually matters. You become the immovable object. Others are pulled toward your orbit rather than dragging you into theirs. Strategic inaction is not passivity. It is selective engagement. It is the deliberate choice to conserve power for maximum impact. The epilogue. Go be untouchable. This journey is built in quiet, deliberate moments. It is the email you do not answer, the comment you do not engage with, the drama you walk away from. It is the realization that you owe no one an explanation for how you live. The version of you that is untouchable is already here. It is not missing. It is buried beneath layers of distraction, expectation, and trivial engagement. Clear the noise. Reclaim your attention. Fortify your emotional walls. Curate your environment. Practice non-reaction. Master strategic inaction. Go. Be untouchable. Be sovereign. Be the version of yourself that cannot be touched, swayed, or drained. Step into your power. Step into your freedom. Step into the life you were meant to command.